Hey.
Hi guys, so welcome to the Gameleon first FAQ thing. We're going to be answering some of your questions which we received on sources such as Reddit or forums, Kickstarter, and Hacker News. We received a lot of quality feedback, and we've decided to sort of group most of the questions you guys have had and try to answer them as best as we can. So to start off, a lot of you guys have been worried that because Gameleon is a cloud-based editor, you won't actually own the games that you make. I suppose that requires a little bit of clarifications. There are two parts to Gameleon. First part is the cloud editor. And the cloud editor is where you do all the game editing. So that happens there. And when you finish a game, when you publish it, it goes into a virtual machine. Now, the virtual machine hosts the game, and you will be able to own the virtual machine. You'll get it as part of the Gameleon platform. And every game that you make will be hosted on the virtual machine, and it will be your own. You'll be able to run for as long as you want. You'll be able to play with it for as long as you want, host the games, whatever you do. So the game in the virtual machine is yours own, no matter what happens to us, no matter what happens to the cloud editor and so forth.
And it's very important to remark that you can have games on your virtual machine. You're going to download it from our website pretty soon. We're going to release it as a torrent. But once you have that virtual machine, that machine is open source and it's based on open standards. You have XML, XSL, and that's an entire framework, and it's a very beautiful thing, and it's open source. Anybody who wants to use it can use it and can modify the code, hack the code. Now, if you want to use the editor, you are not tied to it. The editor is something designed to speed up the process of creating a game, but it creates behind a lot of code. And that code is actually pushed onto the virtual machine. The code is just a part of the game, and you can build that by yourself by programming in the virtual machine, or you can use the editor. This is essentially the logic of the editor. It's a tool to speed up MMO development for HTML5 using our platform.
So I guess the key point here is the editor and the game are separate, and
but they complete.
Yeah, so you can play the game, an open game, and do whatever you want to your game, regardless of the editor. It's not dependent on the editor, so you can play the game. Once you've done it, you don't need the editor to edit the game or create the game. Once you've done that, it's completely yours. And,
if ever the editor won't be available, your game will still run. You can still play it with your friends. You can share it with them.
One of the things we've announced will be that the virtual machine that you'll download as part of the Gameleon platform will be open source, and we've also based all our code on open standards. And some of the questions we've been receiving is, what exactly does this open source mean for me? And what are the possibilities that this code gives me as a modder or a programmer?
Yeah, so I think, I could answer that best. I'm the programmer, he's the, game, doesn't care about technical stuff,
I don't need to.
And,
I'm the concept artist, so.
Yeah, there's something that looks pretty shitty. Now, open source means you have full access to the source code. If the editor, you're going to use it and you're going to probably make 95% of your ideal game, but you guys probably are some hardcore programmers or hardcore developers. You can always use the editor to get that far and then modify the code or add to the code to make it whatever you envision. So essentially it's freedom. We don't tie you to whatever we do. We will keep adding stuff onto the editor. We have a lot of stuff over there already, but we'll keep adding stuff to help you progress, just as Visual Studio or any other visual tools out there to create anything do. But we also give you access to the source code, and whatever the visual tool creates is source code behind. So at the end of the day, you get to play with that and do whatever you think is best. We want to have a community who can commit source code. Like snippets who can be part of the editor or part of the realm. We don't want to be the sole developers on this platform. We took it to a certain step, and you're going to see pretty soon. We're going to release BugTopia in a virtual machine pretty soon, but we don't want to be the sole contributors. We think this can be a lot more, especially because it's built on open standards and open technology. So it can be as big as the web allows it to be.
Actually, I think one of the key points here is probably the fact that since it's based on open standards, it means you don't need to learn any obscure or unknown or difficult HTML, it's all CSS. So
XML, XSL, JavaScript, you have Node.js on the server, PHP for certain services. We're using MySQL and Redis for various storage things. We're going to try to detail that a little bit in a few blog posts to understand a little bit, why we chose that from an architectural point of view. But you have all these technologies that I'm sure many of you know, and I think you'll just
they're
have a lot of
likes.
Yeah, they are. And there's a lot of community already supporting those. So building on top of what we have already should be quite easy for you guys.
Another question we found both on Reddit and the forums we've been on is
About the hosting.
yeah, about the hosting. So what are the hosting options? Are your hosting options limited to what we provide? Do you have to host with us? So there are 3 ways you can host your games. The first and easiest version, it's also free, is when you use Gameleon, you get a virtual machine. That's like an all-in-one software package that is essentially a software server that will run the games that you make on it. So you just download it, you double-click it, it's going to do all of these cool things by itself, and it will host the game, and you own the virtual machine, and you'll also be able to own the games that you run on it. So that's entirely yours, and that's like the easiest and fastest way to solve the hosting. Now, another option we have is like with the Amazon S3 servers. They're offering a web hosting service for virtual machines. You'll be able to run the virtual machine you get from us on their servers.
And the third will be our platform. We have some servers from Software, they rock. And essentially you can publish on our platform. We're going to use this initially for testing purposes. And we want to release it as a service later. But again, these are just options. Probably the most affordable and with literally zero cost is for you to just download the virtual machine, run it on your laptop, run it on your desktop, and just enjoy making games.
The cool thing you've got to remember about this is if you choose to host it yourself on a virtual machine, you own it. You play it by your rules. You do whatever you want with it, whenever you want with it. Host it for as long as you want. And if you don't want to worry about hosting at all, just outsource it to Amazon or us, and it's like pretty hassle-free.
Another thing you've been asking us is about how you are going to make money with Gameleon. You have 2 options. The first one is the asset market. Let's say I want to create a game, right? I do my own maps, my own 3D models, items, sound effects,
music,
anything visual or audio, that's an asset.
Even scripts.
Even scripts, even scripts.
And I use them in my game, but I want to make an extra buck with them. So I'm going to take them and I'm going to put them in the asset market, and everybody can see them and buy them.
If you make something like, I don't know, some kind of Middle Earth all over again and you want other people to expand on that, you can always do it.
And let's say Michel is trying to make a dragon for his game, and
a red
dragon, and he doesn't know how to draw it because he doesn't have the skills. But I know how. So I put a red dragon in the asset market, and he finds it, he buys it, and that's it. The second method is, the games with cash shop items. I'm sure you played that kind of game.
Or just familiar with it.
Yeah.
Farmville.
Don't say that now.
Yeah.
So what we're actually giving you is the option to put this kind of premium content in your game. And that just has to be a premium item or a premium skin. It can be premium content, like a new area of the game or that kind of stuff. So you'll be able to ask people to pay for those things. And basically you govern how many of those premium items, what kind of premium content you put in there, how often players come across it, how much you price it.
You create your own store, so you have full freedom.
And the cool thing about the asset market is probably opens up like a door to the kind of people that don't really want to create full games, complete games. You can have like people like Kyla, who probably just want to create visual art, like animations or skins or models, and they can just use their Gameleon time to do that and just create that kind of stuff. You'll be able to take, essentially the idea is when you make a game, whatever you don't have that you need to make a game, you'll be able to find it in the asset market, so you can just streamline the entire process.
Yeah, on a virtual machine. Some of you may have played it. We're going to put that game on a virtual machine, and we're going to let it open, for everybody to play it, to hack it, to see how the code looks like on the inside. So you can see all the wheels. So if you want to have a glimpse of how the code looks like in the realm, this is your chance, and you can always even expand on that universe. We're gonna leave all the assets inside the game, and you can just play with it, see how the game works, play with your friends, and enjoy the full experience.
And you'll be able to see how a complete game interacts with the virtual machine. You know, how that sits on top of it, how it works. Just as Victor said, you'll be able to see all the wheels and cogs turning, and how it works under the hood, and maybe hack it if you can. It's going to be open source, so we'll be able to look at it, do whatever we want with it, take it with it. We will be releasing a contest soon enough. We're going to be launching a very light, very friendly, simple version of the editor of Gameleon. So you'll be able to enter this contest. We'll be able to create games, share them with your friends, and we'll get back to you on this with more information. So stay tuned for this one.
We're still working on all the details, but we want to have some really cool prizes for you guys. So just on the next updates, we'll release a little bit more.
It's going to be fun, and it's going to have cool prizes.
Cool prizes.
Prizes.
Speaking of cool stuff,
make sure that if you're in Poland or nearby, we're going to be in Pyrkon.
Starting on the 22nd of March till the 24th.
And we're going to have a stand over there. We're going to wait for you guys over there if you want to hug Mihail. You guys over there will pledge if that's your time. Or me, because I feel like I'm confused. And we'll be there to share all the information we can with you guys, and ask us anything that you want. We're going to have a stand over there. I'm also going to have in East European Comic Con at the end of the month.
In Bucharest.
In Bucharest. So if you just want to hug us and show us love, we'll be there.
Come find us at the stand. We'll have lots of cool stuff there. You'll probably
it should be cosplay.
It will be cosplay, hopefully. You'll be able to win a lot of cool stuff. You'll be able to win a lot of cool stuff. So you can always come there, ask us your questions. We'll answer to you the best we can, and try to blow your mind with the product we have. And that's it, I guess. That's it. We'll try to do one of these FAQ things as often as we can. So feel free to leave a comment either on YouTube or on Facebook or on Kickstarter. Send us a message. We'll try to group your questions and answer them as best as we can. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you around. I'm Shay.
Mihaela.
I'm Victor.
Bye.